Did you guys know that Hannah and I wrote a cookbook? We did, and it's in print right now. Back in December of 2020, we wrote the Skinny Pizza Dough cookbook. Not only does it have the original OG Skinny Pizza Dough in here, it has tons of recipes that you can make with it. Just look at the back cover. We've got empanadas, we've got chicken and dumplings, we've got apple strudel, naan bread, all the things you can do. And one of the first questions we got after we published our ebook in 2022 or 2020, I lost my train of thought. That's fine. We're just gonna roll with it because we don't delete video. So let's just keep going. I was about to say this was an ebook in 2020. It is now available on Amazon. The link will be down below, and every once in a while it goes on sale. So it's right now $19.95 for this right here. But why am I losing my train of thought?
Were you gonna, because people were wanting a physical copy?
No, and then I was gonna transition to the gluten-free. All right, yes. We're back on.
We're on track.
Squirrel.
We're on track.
Yes. So after the ebook came out, people said, "Can you make it with gluten-free flour?" And we rewrote the recipe in this book, but we're gonna show you how we do it today because it's a little different. Gluten-free flour, there's a ton of them out there, but some of them have chickpea flour, brown rice, almond flour, coconut, whatever it is. We made it with all of them. The best bet is using gluten-free flour that uses white rice flour and has xanthan gum in it. You need those two ingredients to get the little stretch that you need. It doesn't rise as much as regular dough because there's no gluten in it, but don't fret about that. People say, oh, it didn't rise or anything. I don't think that gluten-free does. You could probably add baking powder, other stuff like that. I just found that it doesn't matter. So we're gonna show you how we put it together, but we have this right here, and I'll show you what the texture is. I've set aside 5 ounces, which is what we use for a personal size pizza. Gluten-free flour sucks up all the liquid, so it feels wet, and you can only roll it out so far with the pastry roller, and then you're just gonna have to use your hands. So you always wanna build your pizza on parchment paper. But let's get into it, Hannah. The base of the gluten-free flour is the same as the original Skinny Pizza Dough, except for you're going to be using gluten-free flour. Pillsbury is a good brand. Bob's Redmill. There's also Divided Sunset, which you can find at Walmart. And obviously you're going to pay a little bit more than you would for all-purpose flour, but if you can't have gluten, then you're going to have to do what you got to do. So we're going to do 2 cups of gluten-free flour. This is a half cup measure, right? Yeah, just want to make sure. So we're going to do 4 of that. 2. Can I trouble you, Hannah, to get me some salt too? I forgot the salt. So we're almost to the end of the bag, but we're good. There we go. So we've got the flour in there. Thank you. We're gonna do a teaspoon of salt. Maybe I'll do it on this end, like a professional, because we are a total professional.
As you miss all
as I miss half the ingredients, forget what I'm talking about. It's fine. No one cares, right, Nero? And then this is dry active yeast. It looks like a lot because I buy it at Sam's Club in bulk. I use it enough that I know I will use it before this goes bad. I just put it in a deli container. I put the date on it. It says yeast. Probably 6 months is how much time this will take. If you find that if you're using regular flour, and your dough isn't rising, your yeast is probably bad. So if you don't make a lot of pizza, just get a smaller jar that you can get at the regular grocery store. So we're gonna mix that in there, and then we're still gonna use Greek yogurt because we're on Weight Watchers. Everything has Greek yogurt. It's every time I think of Greek yogurt, I think of Hannah's husband Jacob, because every time I made muffins, they always had Greek yogurt and bananas.
Yep.
It's like, what? It didn't even matter if I was making like chocolate chip cupcakes.
Right, or like cinnamon streusel. He's like, is there banana in this?
Yes, sir. There is banana in all of it, and Greek yogurt, because that's what we do. And it doesn't matter what brand Greek yogurt. I've tried all of them. If you happen to be dairy-free, there's Kite Hill is a brand of almond yogurt that's really good, and I did this. So in the cookbook, there's also a gluten-free, dairy-free version of this, and then Forager is another brand, and those were available pretty much in any store, not just like a Whole Foods or something like that. I'm at Walmart. So now here's the thing. I've got just over a half a cup of water, and you just want to add just enough to bring it together. I'm going to add almost all of it to start, and we'll just bring it together. And this is, I think, the misstep that people say when they have super sticky dough, although this gluten-free version will be more sticky than the OG one, is you think, oh my gosh, it's not coming together, but it's still really wet. You just kind of want to incorporate it. That's why I kind of like using oh my god, I almost dumped that on myself. That's why I like using a glass bowl, because then I can look at the bottom and make sure that the flour is all incorporated. Hi, Nero.
Yeah, but you always want to give yourself time to incorporate it before adding more.
Yeah, because I think people panic and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so dry. And I was like, just give it a second. And this is still pretty dry, so I think I'm going to add pretty much all of it. And we might even need more. It just depends on the time of year. We're in February. It's like super dry where we are right now. Yeah, I'm probably going to need just a little bit more water, Hannah. And then when it comes out, you can see that this only rose about 2 hours, but I weighed it and it was 23 ounces. So it's still on par with the original dough that usually weighs 22 to 24 ounces with rising. I just love it. It kind of feels like Play-Doh, Hannah.
Ooh, it does.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. So we'll just add a little bit more. And I think that's gonna pretty much do it. Or not. Famous last words. Yeah, a little bit more. And that's okay. That's what cooking is all about. Just
exactly
experimenting and trying and seeing what works. All right, now at this point, I think I can use my hands just to get it together. Yep. And there it is. And you don't really want to overwork gluten-free flour. Like with regular flour, you can knead all of the time, but now you can see it's already incorporated. Can you see that, Hannah?
Mm-hmm.
And then you know you're done when your hands look like this.
Yes.
Pretty much. All right, I'm just gonna set this to the side here. And we're gonna move this over. And we wanna build production, clean up. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. I've got enough room.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that there, and just remember that we're gonna be rolling out with gluten-free flour and not all-purpose, because I've done that sometimes. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's gluten-free, and most active yeasts are gluten-free. But if you are like super sensitive to gluten, I would definitely read the labels of what you buy, because not all of them are the same. And I don't know if you can get it in here, Han, or maybe zoom in some, because I just want to show them that it's like kind of not rolling out that great, and that we're just gonna roll it out as best we can and then shape it.
Yeah, let's see.
With the regular dough, I would have been able to just flip it over and just roll it out super thin. You only get one chance. So I'm never gonna flip it with the gluten-free flour, but I'm gonna get as thin a crust as I can. And then I'm gonna come in and start to shape it as a circle. And you know what? I love when you guys send me pictures and your pieces look like the state of California, Rhode Island, Florida. It doesn't matter. It's all gonna taste the same. And once this is cooked, I swear you will not know that this is a gluten-free pizza. If you guys have not heard of passata, it's amazing. It's just tomato sauce. So, but it is only 0 points for a quarter of a cup, which is gonna put in here. Half a cup is only 1 point and 30 calories, but it does need some seasoning. I think 3 tablespoons is a quarter of a cup. We're just gonna eyeball it. It doesn't really matter. It's tomato sauce. None of us got to Weight Watchers by eating too much tomato sauce. So we're just gonna zhuzh that around, and then I've got some Italian seasoning here. Hannah hates Italian seasoning. Maybe I'll only put Italian seasoning on half of it, so that
you can put it on everything.
I don't want to upset the
It's fine.
All right, hopefully that book won't. And then I buy this pepperoni. If you can find it, I'll leave a link down below. But it's a old world thin cut pepperoni, and like 7 slices is 2 points, and you get almost a bite of pepperoni in every single bite.
It's delicious.
Yeah, and you can also get if you can't find this, just ask your deli. Whoa.
That was almost a situation.
Yeah, that was like use a softball right there. when you go to the deli and ask for pepperoni, they have stick pepperoni that they can cut for you. Just ask them for a super thin cut, and they will be happy to do that for you. Whoa. And then we're gonna just measure the cheese with our heart today.
I love measuring with my heart.
Yeah. This is probably gonna be like a third of a cup or half a cup. It doesn't matter. Just you do to you. And that's it. So I'm gonna put this on my baking steel. In case you guys don't know what a baking steel is, it is the only thing that I can bake a pizza on and get restaurant quality pizza at home. My lovely daughter and her husband and my mom bought me one. It's almost 7 years ago, Hannah. Can you believe that?
That's insane.
And I have tagged the company so many times. And I've always asked for a discount code, and all he wanted to do is give me an affiliate link, which only benefited me. And I was like, I don't want that. I just want to give a discount to my friends. So finally, I have a discount code. I'll leave a link down below. It's a steel piece of steel, like a big piece of steel. It's heavy. It's like 15 pounds. I have the original one. Right now it costs $119. Biz 10 saves 10%. I know that's a lot of money, but if you order out pizza twice in a month, it will pay for itself. You will never order pizza ever again. So this is going to go into a 500-degree oven. It's been preheating for almost an hour, and then we'll take it out and show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, so we just took this out of the oven. This is a pizza racker. You can find it at your local kitchen store or on Amazon. Can you hear that crispiness?
It's so good.
Yeah, and look at that crust.
Bubbly.
This is a gluten-free crust.
Brown.
What? It's super hot, so we're gonna let it sit for just a minute, but let's talk about how I store my pizza dough.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to use the regular original skinny pizza dough, I would only fill this up to about 3/4 because it will still rise in your refrigerator over the few days. It is good in your refrigerator for up to 7 days. You could freeze it, you know.
Yeah.
But to tell you the truth,
I've tried it. It's honestly, because it's so simple to throw together, I would steer away from freezing it. You could, but it's not the best.
well, it's okay, but I just think it loses its value when you freeze it and defrost it. And because it's good for 7 days, you can just use as much as you want and just take 2 ounces out to make roll up for some naan or use for chicken and dumplings, whatever you want.
And it's already good to go.
Yeah, so since this is the gluten-free one, it's not going to rise anymore, so it's safe in this deli container. You could also put in a Ziploc bag, whatever you feel like. And I always put date on the top that I make it, just so I know, because there's been some times, Hina, that I maybe have left dough in there for like a month, and it got pushed in the back. And then I was like, could I use this? And you know when the dough is bad is when it's super liquidy.
You can smell it.
Yeah, it smells extra yeasty in a gross way. And it starts to brown. Like you'll roll it out and you'll see like little brown bits. Do you think it's cooled enough for us to try it?
Might be.
Do you want me to blow on yours, Hina?
I think I'm okay.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
It was really good.
It was so good. It was so hot.
It was really hot.
I genuinely would not know if someone served me this. I would not know that it was gluten-free. It's got the same like full flavor. It's like buttery almost.
And much like the original skinny pizza dough, we just made this today. There is yeast in here. The longer it sits in your refrigerator, the better it gets, and your pizza will taste better every single day up until that 7th day. I will tell you, I have used the dough up to 10 days.
Oh, so have I.
And I've been okay with it.
And it's been fine.
But yeah, so the key to this one is using the gluten-free flour that has white rice flour and xanthan gum in the ingredients. And then building it on your parchment paper, because you will not be able to lift it off, and don't
you don't want to mess with that. You're gonna be mad.
And especially since I've had my baking steel for almost 7 years, it's rusty a little bit. It's just because I didn't take care of it. But I build all my pizzas on parchment paper, just carry them off, set them on the
Like leave the pizza on the parchment paper.
Yeah, as
in
you
the
go
oven.
in there. Yeah, because I've had people build it on parchment paper and then try to take it off with their hands, and I don't know how they thought that might happen.
It's hard. It's hard. So just leave it on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to use parchment paper, not wax paper.
Yeah, don't use wax paper. This is so delicious.
It's incredible.
So if you guys know of anybody who is gluten-free, please share this recipe with them because I want everyone to have pizza just as much as we do, and it's delicious. So if you guys feel free to subscribe to our channel. We're always happy to have you here.
Exactly.
If you want to hit the notification button and get notified every time we upload a video, we try to do 2 to 3 a week.
Yep.
Although I'm trying to still get into the vlogging.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into that. So it's more like behind the scenes, talking about the Weight Watcher program, all the stuff like that. What I eat, little, like not long, 10, 15 minutes at most, just to pepper it in between all of our recipe videos. But we're always happy that you stopped by.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time.
Have a good day.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. It's incredible.